Hey handmade friends, today we're talking about some things that come up quite a bit here on the channel. We're going to talk about what's actually true about Amazon Handmade and what's a myth or unpopular opinion about selling on Amazon. There are tons of misconceptions floating around about Amazon Handmade with some rumors and some things that aren't fully true. We're going to break it all down today and kind of go through some of the top myths or unpopular opinions about Amazon Handmade. Let's get into it right now. Myth number one is that Amazon is just for mass-produced sellers. As we've talked about before, we all know that this is truly a myth and that Amazon has a space called Amazon Handmade that is truly for handmade items. Unlike Etsy or some other marketplace platforms, Amazon vets you and your business and your items to ensure that they're truly handmade before they show up in that handmade space. They want to see all about you, your business, and your process of what it takes to make your handmade items so that when you show up in their handmade space, Amazon wants their buyers to be aware that these items truly are handmade, and one of the reasons why they require you to submit an application before you are on the handmade platform. Amazon doesn't just let anyone into the space, which is why it's a great place for handmade sellers to join and be part of that Amazon marketplace. This myth is everywhere, and it's usually from people who have never sold on Amazon or don't understand the Amazon space. Amazon handmade listings can show up in their own space. You can sort by handmade in the category search at the top, and they also show up right alongside every other item in the Amazon marketplace, so you get the visibility that every other seller gets as well. Myth number two, fees that make it impossible to make a profit. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I have a whole video on Amazon fees versus Etsy fees and what those look like. I do need to update it because Amazon has restructured some of their fees, but overall they still stay about the same in the amount that they charge per item. And the handmade fees are actually very competitive, alongside the fact that you show up in front of millions of buyers who are ready to make purchases. Unlike Etsy, Amazon has no listing fees and they only charge one referral fee for items that you sell on your own, and they don't charge extra fees on top of your shipping. There's also no renewal fees. Once it's listed, it's there, and it's just a fee every time you sell an item. Unlike Etsy, they don't nickel and dime you. Everything's rolled into one fee, and they actually have a way for you to see how much it is per item when you list either as a FBM or fulfilled by merchant, or an FBA or fulfilled by Amazon product. As we all know, handmade items typically command a higher price just for the sheer fact of the time of involvement that you put in and the love you put in into each of your items. Also, because you're in the Amazon Handmade and Amazon storefront, then you're gonna get more viewers on your items just for the sheer volume of people who are on Amazon every day, which in turn increases your profit, which offsets those fees. Myth number three is you need to be a big business or have a team. You do not need to be a big business to be on Amazon Handmade. I am a testament to that. It is just me. Occasionally, I will have the help of family members to help me package my products to get them out, but for the most part, I run this as a one-person show. I think Amazon actually makes it easier for me to manage all of my items, unlike Etsy. I don't have to fight the algorithm of listing more frequently to get in front of buyers. I also can batch my products and send them in to Amazon Prime, and then I don't have to fulfill individual shipments or individual orders. I think for me, Amazon actually makes it easier for me being a one-person business. Amazon has tons of ways to help streamline your business. Like I said, with shipping and reporting and all those things that are offered in the back end of Seller Central. And Amazon allows you to grow as quickly or as slowly as you want. Let's talk about some of the objections to being on Amazon, because I've heard a lot of them. Objection number one, Seller Central is too confusing. I am not going to pretend that Seller Central is not confusing and that is not as intuitive as some of the other marketplaces that are available like Etsy, but I am here to tell you that once you get in it and once you understand it and you understand the workflow, it's just as easy as the next thing. Everything requires a learning curve to understand the back end. Amazon is slowly updating the back end to make things more user-friendly and pull their software into the Y2K friendly atmosphere because Amazon started so long ago, and I think they've been kind of averse to updating things because the old adage of if it works, don't break it. So I think that they've been a little more apprehensive to update certain aspects of it, but they're slowly updating things and making it more user-friendly. This is also exactly why I built my course that allows you to get some help with setting up your business and getting started on Amazon Handmade. Objection number 2, I'm worried I won't get approved. I would say 9 out of 10 issues of people not being approved is either 1, they're trying to get their dropshipped items approved as a handmade seller, so they're fraudulently putting in an application, or the other most common option for true handmade sellers is that they just didn't provide enough information. As long as you're filling out that application in the correct way and you're providing everything that Amazon wants to see, and you have all of those pictures to prove that you're doing the work on your own, you're gonna get approved for Amazon Handmade. Once you understand exactly what Amazon is looking for, typically the approvals are very quick, some in as little as 48 hours. I highly encourage you to give it a shot, and if you don't get approved, let me know why that you didn't get approved, and maybe it's just that you're missing a piece of information and you can resubmit and get approved. Let's go through some of those unpopular opinions. Popular opinion number 1, Amazon Handmade is easier than Etsy. This one tends to get people in a little bit of a frenzy, sometimes saying that Amazon Handmade is easier. I believe it is. Mainly because you're getting in front of those customers. I will say that on Amazon, you're not constantly having to fight the algorithm of the changes that are constantly being made on Etsy. A lot of times we've been told you need to list a new item every week or every couple of days just to stay in front and let Etsy know that you're still active, even though you're fulfilling orders sometimes. But Amazon, once you have your listings up and your keywords and everything set up, your listing is there, and as long as people are searching, they will find your item. It does take some time for your item to get traction and get indexed, but for the most part, your item is there forever as long as you have it available and it's not search suppressed for some reason. You're also in front of shoppers who are actually buying. Unlike people who typically go to Etsy to get ideas or look for gifts occasionally, people on Amazon are constantly on Amazon and constantly shopping for new items. I know I am. I will add things to my cart, and yes, they may sit there for a couple of days before I click purchase, but it's because I try to bulk my items so that I'm not constantly getting an Amazon package on the door front. Now, sometimes that does happen, but for the most part, people are actually purchasing items and not just quote unquote window shopping the listings. Unpopular opinion number 2, FBA is actually an amazing space for Amazon handmade sellers. A lot of handmade sellers think that FBA or Prime is only for big box sellers, and I can tell you that's just not true. This has really propelled my business to a whole new level, being able to put my items in Prime. I'm seeing right now in December anywhere from $100 to $300 worth of sales daily. I would not be able to fulfill that number of orders or items a day if it wasn't for Amazon. I don't have time. I have a full-time job. I do not have time to fulfill individual orders for that type of quantity every single day. I also would not be in front of that many people if it weren't listed in Prime. Prime buyers convert at a much higher rate because they can get the items quicker. If you're like me, when you're searching on Amazon for items that you need or want, you typically filter out for Prime items because you already pay for that Prime membership. So you definitely want to reap the benefits of getting the things within the next couple of days. This also helps me manage my inventory in a much easier way. I don't have to stock that number of items here in my home studio. I can actually send them into Amazon and get them in a warehouse and ready for customers to purchase and ship to them within a couple of days. I could not do this and I could not provide that level of service without Amazon's help. That's just some myths, unpopular opinions, and things about Amazon that I think kind of runs through everybody's mind when they're thinking about selling on Amazon or have heard someone talk about Amazon Handmade. Let me know down below if you have any myths or unpopular opinions you want debunked, and we'll chat about them in the comments. And if you're ready to be on Amazon Handmade and start making those big bucks, I have a new course that I just launched that helps you get your business up and running with an Amazon seller setup course. It's a mini course. It's $47 and will get you started in just 2 days. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. The link is down in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.